Hi there. Let me know who's here. Good afternoon. Just gonna wait a few minutes to see if anybody joins us today. If you can let me know who you are when you log on, that would be terrific. It's just 4 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so we'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll get going. How are you doing today? Hi, Dale. Oh my gosh, I missed yous. I haven't been on in a while. Work has been a little bit hectic. It has me traveling. So when I get home Friday afternoon, late afternoon, I'm pretty pooped. But I've been watching Younique and following along and seeing all the wonderful stuff, of course, ordering lots of stuff. I got a big box behind me that I have to unpack. But it's all good. Well, I always like to be mindful of people's time. So we're going to dive in, and if you jump in a little late, of course, you can always rewind and go from the first. So we're doing a year full of memories. It's the Simple Stories 12-month memory calendar. And we are, oh, no problem, Dale. It's my pleasure. It is really rainy out here today, and I had a nap earlier, and it's good. It's really good. So we always like to take a peek down memory lane, and this is a 12 by 12 calendar, so unfortunately I have to move it sideways to kind of get the full peek. But anybody who gets their hands on one of these calendars and wants to start joining us, everything's always videoed and saved. I have been uploading them on my YouTube channel, Attic Inspired Crafter, as well as I think Dan does it on the Younique channel. But with Facebook's saying that they're going to delete stuff after 30 days, I started doing that a while ago. So no worries, you can always find it there. So this is February. You're at the cottage. Cool, but very sunny. Oh, well, that's good. No, it's pouring rain here. This is March. And this part of the calendar you do on your own. And I usually just look on my stash, get a bunch of background stamps, washi tape. I use some of the stickers from the kit, and you do whatever you want with that. The kit does come with some peel and stick numbers. They're quite tiny though for the size of the calendar, so I didn't use those. And April, I do not have pictures in mine because it's going to be a gift, I think. And here we are on May. So we got this pretty apricot color to work with this month, and I already went through and pulled out some stamps. This is actually a stamp from All and Create, and I made a boo-boo when I stamped it. It kind of got all blurry, and I tried to restamp it, and of course that never goes well. So I stamped it on a piece of white cardstock, and I fussy cut it out and then glued it down, and it gives a little bit of dimension, like texture when you feel it, and you never know there's a mistake under there. And then I used some rub-ons that I had in the All in Create. So that was really fun. So that's the calendar part. And now let's fill this side. So from the very start, I've always started with a black piece of cardstock just to make a pop on that calendar. Oh, I got two here. And what I did is I cut them all out. They're 10 by 10. And I stitched around them. So I did this the very first month. I cut out 12 of them. I stitched around them. Yes, Dale, like anytime you make a mistake, if you, especially with stamping, and if you re-stamp it on whatever color is your base and cut it, fussy cut it and stick it down, you never know that there was an error there. So I'm starting with that. In your kit, you get the sticker sheet. Oh, I lost one of my little doodads. You get a sticker sheet with all the months, and I always use my sticker on the calendar part of it, not on the layout part of it, but you can do whatever you want, and there's little bits and pieces that you can add too. So usually I'll go in and pull some of these and stick them on the calendar. So I'm going to put that aside. And then in the very first prep class that we had, we cut out all of our, you had a big, several big sheets of punch or little scored die cuts for each month. So these are the ones that are for May. This is just some white cardstock for placeholders for pictures. A couple pieces of that. But these are all from the little punch sheet for May. And again, in the prep class, we went through, I cut them all out and I put them all in their own little baggies. So now each month, it's very easy. I just pull out the month that we're doing and they're already ready to go. And then we had a sheet, and there's the Mays 4x6. And then you have cardstock. So we, again, in the prep class, we went through and we cut all the 12 by 12 sheets into 6 by 12, which gives us 1/2 sheet per month to use. Whatever I don't use off of this, I stick into a extra baggie, and I can pull from that for the next month if I want a piece of paper that's different or whatever to blend with the current month. So this is the one I chose for this month because we're working on that nice orangey, peachy background. So I thought that went really nice. And on the flip side, it is orange, but I am going to be using this side. And then you had a sheet of tags, so you can pick any two tags that you want for your month. We might use them, we may not use them. So I picked this one, You Are Just My Type, and this one here, which is flower on one side and plain, and this one is this on the other side. So depending on where our layouts will go, will depend on what I use. But I did pull out the 3x4 sheet cut apart that had the typewriter on it, just in case I use You Are Just My Type. So, but there's flowers on the back side, so you can use whatever. Bloom and Fun, I think that came from that, and so did this one, I think. Yep, it's May. So that one belongs with this one. And then there's extra pieces. This might have been extra pieces off of our 6 by 12 as we went along, but I just pulled them out. We only had one sheet of this kind of yellow in the whole kit with a bunch of different cut aparts that you could do, and I believe we cut this up into 4x6 right from the get-go, and we can bring in some of the yellow. This was left over from another class, and it has some of that green. So I never know where we're going to go with our layout. It's just, here's our pieces, let's dive in and have fun. We're not going to overcomplicate it, that's for sure. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put all my little pieces like this. And then what I do is I put double-sided tape on my black and I stick it down in my calendar. Why I had done that is when you get your calendar, there's nothing wrong with creating directly on the calendar itself, but I found the paperweight was just a little bit thin for me, so I thought it would be nice to put some black, and I really like how it pops the colors. I did not ink any of my edges throughout the calendar, but if that's something you want to do, please feel free. Dale, do you spend all of your summer at your cottage? You're very lucky to have a cottage. I treat my backyard like a cottage. So next weekend is going to be the big plant haul for me. Me and my husband, we do that every year, and if you've been following me for any length of time, you know gardening is my next passion next to paper crafting. And I can't wait for the weather to change. We've had a really wet spring here. You just go back and forth. That's nice too, because then it's fresh and ready. Now you can keep this, you can cut this part off and use either or. So I'm just going to put that up here for now. And I know my background is 10 by 10. So I'm going to cut, because I really like this flower, I am going to cut it right at 9 3/4. Because I just want it to stay within the border up here. I want to be able to see my stitching, so I'm going to have to cut a little bit more off. So this already is is an extra piece that we might use on this layout or a future one. I'm just going to cut a little sliver off, which is now trash. What are you guys up to in the paper crafting world? What's your projects you've been doing? My gosh, the new stuff that's coming in. My friend and I were at a craft retreat in Nova Scotia. It's the only one that there is. And we do them together every year, twice a year. So we were to one several weeks ago, and I was able to complete some projects. I don't know if you've seen the video that I did on the 49th Mark Moonlight, what is it? Starlight Dream. But oh my gosh, that was a beautiful line. I did a full album, I did cards, I did 2 layouts, and I did do a video showing you a walkthrough on those. It is just a stunning collection, and I like to do that. I like to use things all the way up. So I'm just going to look back at my calendar to see which direction I've generally had my paper going, because I like each month to be a little bit different. So if I generally go up and down like this, then I think I'll go this way. So let me just, I want to have a look back and see. That one just had a piece in the center. That one was up top. Well, and we put so much on top of it that it's it wouldn't matter. That one was kind of up top. I don't think I've had any go sideways, so maybe that's what I'll do. I just love doing these. They're so much fun. And what a wonderful idea. So I think I'm going to go vertical. So let me stick that down. So the purpose, or the play and the challenge of doing these is just don't overthink it. Just cut your paper and stick it down, and it will be fabulous, I promise. There. So we have that piece, and then this is a piece left over. So I feel like I want to get a pair of scissors, flag that, And I think I'm going to use that orange piece. And you know, your little trick to a perfect flag is bringing it in, and at the point where it meets, if you just go up, then your flag is perfect on both sides. Sipping on some afternoon coffee. Now before I stick that down, I'm going to kind of play here a little bit and see. So we have this May, but we also have this May, and I like the color of this May more than this one. So I'm going to put this one to the side right for now. Maybe I'll have the May up there. I love this one, and it's also got May, but it also has a spot for a date, so I do like that. And this is a 4x6, and this is 3.5 by 5.5, 3.5 by 3.5. Let's do a square. So we'll try to fit a 4x6 and a 3.5 by 3.5. Now if we do it like that, it's kind of limiting the photo to just be in here, but that's all right. You could still do a 3x4 photo. And then this one, I could pop it up a little bit down here and have that one in the corner. I think I like that. So, not overthinking it. Happy Mother's Day, Michelle. And welcome. Thanks for joining us. I look at the numbers for people that join the lives, and I know the evenings are definitely the popular choice of time. I just can't function in the evenings to think well. I tried it for a little bit, and I just can't do it. Like pushing it out to this time of the day is okay. Now I'm going to put this down, but I'm only going to adhere the top of it so that they can lift the flap to put their picture down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the top. But yeah, I love watching videos in the evening, but to play along or to organize one of my own, I'm afraid I'd be all over the map, and that would just stress me out. And you know me, no stress kind of day, right? But with that being said, I'm going to do something fun tonight over on the Attic Inspired channel. And the only reason why I'm putting it there is because I just want to hit live and just do it live, like not make an event. I'm just going to go live. And for a while now, I've been promising you a sneak peek into my craft room. And I thought, why not? Because I kept putting it off because I'm like, oh, it's not tidy, it's not this, it's not that. But isn't that our life? It's good for me. I'll just haul the boxes that I don't have unpacked out of the way so you don't see that. But the rest of it's good to go. But Betty had asked a question last night on the channel that we go over and chat on about how does people store their stamps. So I started typing in what I do, and I'm thinking, why don't I just show you? So that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm just going to take you through. We're going to open all the doors and drawers and see how I do it. And hopefully you'll grab some tips. I would love to see your craft room. It's always nice. Oh, you're buying plants? That's going to be me next weekend, Michelle. Long weekend. The travel part of this work project will be done by next Friday, as I'm making it so. And So next weekend with the long weekend, we're going to purchase our plants. And yes, it's usually a very large haul, and I love it. So there's our 3x3 or 4x6 that we can lift up, and really if the person had a beautiful picture, they could even put it right on top. It's whatever people want to do, right? Now we have this piece. I definitely want to use this. I didn't stick down my May yet. I am thinking I want this on top of here, popped up. So I'm gonna pop, and I did pop up this one. Oh, don't apologize for being late. It's all good. How many of you have this calendar? And have you been, I know most of you watch and then do it later, but are you doing it? Are you keeping up on the months? I hope so. Or you could sit down one afternoon and do a whole bunch of them together. That always works too. So that's cute. So it just popped up on here and I didn't stick it down there. And you do have a little hole there if you want to put some ribbon through. But I think I am just going to cover that hole with a fleur. A little flower. You are awesome, Dale. Are you doing your own thing, or are you kind of following what I'm showing you? I'm always interested in seeing how people craft. And I can't be insulted. So if I ever do something and you're like, I don't like that, that's okay. You do your own thing. Not everybody's styles are the same, that's for sure. You have been, but you're behind. No worries. Like, these are usually under an hour or just at an hour videos. So it's not like you can't catch up. And most times if you just look at the end picture, you can get it. So there's May. Now I kind of want to get this little May out. So I'm looking at my little embellishments that I have. And we do have, where did they go? Right here. We do have some of these. It says good times. I don't want to mess up that. And there is 20 and there's a blank, which I will not fill in because whoever decides to have this or get this, they can fill in the year. But I think I want to put a little piece of this green. See, there's some of the dark green here. Right there. So I like to use the green to kind of tie it in, but I'm going to snip it off because I only need a little piece. And that gives us another piece for something else. And I don't want to cover the 20. I'm going to snip this off again to keep the humps even. Use your ideas but change up some paper, etc. Yeah, that's awesome. And if we put the humps down, we're going to hang off a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So, humps going down. And actually, it's quite perfect to there to there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 humps. If you need a piece that's going to fit right exactly like that. Now, because we have a piece there, why not put a little piece down here just to tie that in? So just a little sliver, and can I put it underneath? Where did I put my foam tape? Yep, that will work. That way they don't have to worry. I'm going to make it even again. husband's gone down to see his mom for Mother's Day. She lives about an hour and a half away from us. So that's nice. It was a really nice afternoon, actually. I had a nap, listening to the rainfall. Got my laundry done. I like that. So there's a little piece there and there's a little piece there. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 humps. This one has 4 because I ended up cutting one off. Now we still have this piece, and it's only white on the other side. Now you could fiddle with it. I'm just going to hold off on that for a minute. Definitely want our May in there, and I am going to pop this up, so I'm just looking in my drawer here for some smaller foam tape. Tomorrow's going to be a low-key day for Mother's Day. My husband doesn't know it yet, but he's going to cook. And I still have some laundry to do. I don't mind doing laundry. I love hanging laundry out, but that wasn't the case today. Rain, and I think we have rain again tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be as much as today, but if it's not as much, I'll probably get outside just to arrange our deck a little bit, get the pots out and get them all prepped and ready for the planting. We have big gardens in our yard, but we also do a lot of container planting on our deck. We have quite a large deck, and I just love it out there in the summer. It's just, I just spend my days gazing at the beautiful plants. Anybody who's a gardener knows what I'm talking about. And then I always put herbs in. I don't have great luck though with vegetables. I grow garlic. We planted asparagus 3 years ago. So the rule with asparagus, it comes as like a dry root. You soak them and plant them, and then they grow. Asparagus is actually a fern. It's like a fiddlehead, if you know what a fiddlehead is. But for the first 2 years, you can't pick them to eat. All the energy you just let them grow as ferns, and then all the energy is put back into the root. But on the 3rd year, you're supposed to be able to cut 1/3 or 2/3 of your crop that comes up. So I did cut some. As soon as I got home Friday yesterday, I looked out my bedroom window and I could see, I don't know where I want to put May, so I'm just going to leave it there for a minute. I could see the asparagus, like a lot of it up. So I went out and I cut a bunch. So I'm going to roast that for supper. I'm not sure what I'm going to have with it, but I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, so flowers are good. Not great on vegetables. And I'm not sure what the deal is as to why I can't grow good vegetables. I can grow beans, but beets are supposed to be the easiest thing in the world to grow. And I cannot grow a beet to save my soul, but I keep trying. So I think I'm going to try again this year. I like this green, but I also like that paper. So what can I do with this green? Kind of fits nicely down here. I don't want to overlap on the white because that is where. So I'm going to cut a piece of it off. So I'm going to make it 2. So I have 2 and I have a 1-inch strip, and it is by 6. So I do kind of like it butted up against the white. So that's the 2-inch. This is the 1-inch. I think I like the 2-inch, but I am going to take just a little sliver off of it so that it's even down here. Okay, like that. So yeah, so I think I'm going to try some beets. I have 6 raised beds. One of them is for the asparagus, and the beds are 4x8. One of them is for my garlic, which I do put in every year, and it is growing nicely. And then we have 3 left on one side and 1 left on the other. One I kind of let my husband decide what he wants to plant. Last year he did sunflowers, and they were very pretty. Listen to me, I let my husband plant. He made them for me, but I let him plant. But 2 beds are dedicated for dahlia tubers. And one I have garlic chives and lavender. And I might use that one. Oh, I love beets too, Michelle. Like steamed, or like, steamed beets cut hot with butter. There's nothing like it. I absolutely love them. So I'm definitely going to try them again. So yeah, so dahlia bulbs, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest. I want to put a little bit more of this green. So it's right there. I need to cut it. Do you grow them, Michelle? I mean, I can get them at the farmer's market, but it just drives me crazy. Why I can't grow a beet? And I love the squash and root vegetables. Oh, you like that green there? And I got discouraged one year because I planted them and they were growing great, and the squash bugs get after them. And squash bugs are nasty, and you're supposed to have to go out and pick them off and pick their larvae off every day. Gross me out. I don't know if I'm going to try that again. And then I have one little piece of green, and I'm feeling like just to tie it in there. No, I want to keep it horizontal. Anything I've tried growing, the rabbits eat it. Oh dear. We have wildlife, and I'm not going to say a word. We've been fortunate. Like, we have deer, we have porcupines in the yard almost every night. Not so heavily populated with the rabbits, because I think the coyotes are quite populated. We've had bear, foxes. We kind of live in the woods. So, and I don't have my gardens fenced in. So I like that. 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, oh, I like that too. It ties in this pink. So let me pop that up. I've been drooling over greenhouses. I don't know where I'd put one. I know I don't have no time to dedicate to it right now with working full time. But it's one of those things I drool about. Where I wanted to put it, it would look so nice. But it's not practical. It's way down in the front of our yard, kind of in the corner where 2 long flower beds meet, because there's nothing in the corner. But there'd be no power, there'd be no water, so it'd be quite a ways away for that stuff. So it really isn't practical, but my gosh, it would look cute. So I like that there. And these two, let me see about the tags, but I don't think I'm going to use the typewriter one because it's filling up nicely. So I'm going to save that one for this and this one. I'm going to put that to the side and save it for another day. I'm going to put my May down here. Remember, I already put the sticky foam tape on it. And then we have these little embellishments, and whatever I don't use on here, I'll probably paste over on my calendar. on the number side of the calendar, because these can kind of fit in. And then we have this piece. Let's get yellow. I don't think I need anything too yellow. April was full-on yellow background, so I don't think I need any yellow for May. Let me flip it over. No, I used blues because I did look at my paper before I inked it up and picked out inks that kind of went with the paper. So we have blues, really no concentration on yellow. I'm just looking at, this is my life. We could possibly cut that out and put that somewhere. That would be fun. There's really not a big bunch of red. There's some reds in here, but nothing that and there's some reds in this piece. Let me see. Let me cut them out and see. So I'm going to cut out, this is my life. I like that. And we do have, so I'm just going to cut across. I do like using the top pieces of tags and tucking them behind things. So because we have orange there, this kind of works there. So I think I'm going to pop this up. Or tuck that there for a minute. Now these classes don't take too long. You can pull a page together quite quickly. And then when you're done, like it's a calendar, right? But there's no reason why you can't take these ideas and then develop separate scrapbook pages with them. You can use them for more than one use. Another clue is for card makers. Don't be afraid to look at a scrapbook layout and then just shrink it for an idea for a card front. And I'm going to take another flower and cover up the circle because I don't feel like ribbon today. Bloomin' Fun is there. It kind of gets lost, so I don't think I'm going to use that one. I know I'm not going to use this one, but I think I will on my scrapbook page. This is my life. It kind of fits in a little bit there. I like having that little bit of black. And we can flag this if you want. When the pieces are tiny, it's kind of hard to bend them. So I just eyeball it. And maybe a little bit of foam tape here. Who else is on watching? I see we have 4. Maybe I want it over here. Yeah, I like that. I do like this butterfly. Huh. There's an idea. Oh. And then if you just tuck it on either side of This Is My Life, glue down the body first, and then I'll get some pop squares. All 52 cards at the art gallery up north. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Dale. That is so nice when you can put some effort and time into your craft and then get something back so you can buy more stuff. No, that's really good. Hi, I seen you were on, so I'm checking in. Hi, Cheryl. That's awesome. Don't know if you've been following the calendar, the Simple Stories calendar of the month layout, but this is what this is. If you rewind it to the first, we do a run through of the calendars. I should use the small foam squares, but I'll cut this one in two. And you can see what this is all about. I'm kind of late in the month for doing it, but that's okay. We'll be doing June's here pretty soon. If you just tuck it underneath the wings, it will give you some dimension, so it won't get totally flat. It'll stay up like that. Yes, Dale, I know. We just buy more stuff, but that's okay. So I like this. This is, you can keep this up, and they can put their photo in there, and depending on what's on the picture, they might be happy with just having this part show. There's nothing stopping anybody from taking this off, because it's not, this part's not stuck down. So if they want to take this off and just cut, that's okay too. But I would totally make this work. Like, I would tuck a picture where most of what I want shown is over on this side, and just having this overflowing. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for joining in. We're just about done. These little things I'm going to put on the other side. I think I am done. I think. So this is what we have left to put back in our bag as options for next time. So I didn't use the You Are Just My Type with the typewriter. So we have that. I didn't use this card, but we have cameras on the back. You could definitely fussy cut out a little camera and stick that on somewhere. We have this piece. I save all the bits and pieces. And then we have this piece. The only thing I cut out of it was this little, This Is My Life. And there's nice yellow on the back. So that's it. Now I'm going to just put this away. No, I'm not going to put this away with my gun, because I'm going to now show you what it looks like here. Isn't that pretty? That is very pretty. Now I haven't been centering them. I've been kind of purposefully off-centering them. So April's went down in this corner last time, so maybe I'll do this. And then this gives you some real estate to do something fun. So we took some paper last time when we put it up here, but I didn't have anything left long from this kit, but that doesn't mean in the upcoming months we're not going to have leftover pieces. So if I glue this down, let's just do it. So when I sew, I leave the threads tattered. I like that look because I figure I'll make it look like it's supposed to be all tattered, because I'm not a great sewer, but on paper it doesn't matter. So yes, when we're all done, we'll probably have pieces of paper left over, so then I can go through the calendar and see where there's opportunity to make some additions. I can also go through my washi tape and see what flavors of washi tape I have to put a strip up there if I want. I think I've done that to some layouts. Thank you, Dale. Yes, folks, I like tape. Nothing's gonna move, especially if I'm looking at giving it as a gift. Any of the cards that I do, they're not coming undone. I also have an 8x8 calendar that I keep going, and it's a DIY calendar. And what I usually do is whatever paper I've used that month, and if there's any bits and scraps left over, I'll do my calendar up with it. I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. And I use that one to schedule. It's kind of a reminder for when I do my classes, if I do anything fun in the crafty world. And you can use your dots to get you straight on. But look, I forgot about this strip. We do have this strip here. I'm not digging it though, but I'll leave it in my scrap bin. Now we could put this now down here, but again, I think I want to flip it over and incorporate some of that. That's pretty. I do like it, even if this is left blank, but I know I'll have paper left over that we can jazz it up. So, bloomin' fun. We can put that down here. We have all these little flowers. We have 3 left that we can definitely just pop on wherever we want to. And you know me, I like working in 3s. So that's perfect. Put one down there. And I'll put one over here. Now that your kit also comes with a large sticker sheet, and that I'll leave so that the recipient can also play along and decide where they want to put things. Now this is too big for me because it's covering up the numbers too much, so I will put that in my extra pile. So that is going to do it for today. Very happy with that. Now I will show you the DIY 8x8 album, and it's just that one there is not a kit of any kind. It was just a blank album. So this is mine. This is for me. When did I start this? So this is the cover, and I started with a picture. It's actually a craft room door. And it says, "This is my space for downtime, rejuvenation, and peace. This is my creative calendar." So this is, I started this last September. So for me, it's going to be a September calendar. And you can just get your tiny stamps out, use whatever paper you have on the go. So that sometimes I put pictures on, sometimes I don't. That was October. This was November. My husband made me these funky bird houses out of reclaimed wood, and so that's down in the front of our yard. It's very pretty, and I can't remember the paper lines now, but it was what I was working with at the time. So that's November. And December, and this was left over from our Tim Holtz card class that we did, or no, not the card class, the vignette class that we did. So December, January, and this was from, I can't remember what line it was. Isn't that awful? But it was just very pretty. I'd done cards with that. February. March. Oh my God, this one's going to be done in no time. That was pretty. So I did some fussy cutting of the paper. This paper is, like, all this paper came from Unique. I think this one was either Mente or 3/4, I think it is. April. Oh, this was fun. I love this line. This is a Mente line. Look how pretty it is. I love those purples and the browns. Beautiful. I did a bunch of cards using that. And May, March, April, May. So this was leftover paper and embellishments from that 49th and Market line I was telling you about, that I did the album, the cards, the layouts, and I had a few scraps left over. This is actually the top piece of the 12 by 12 paper that I did May's. And there's some of the rub-ons. Just love it. So that sits on my desk, and you'll see it in the video tonight if you join me for a tour of my crafty space. I'm thinking it will be around somewhere around 7 my time, so that would be 6 your time, but it's not a hard start. So if you don't follow me over on Attic Inspired Crafter, please do, and that way you'll pop up the notification saying that we're starting. And until then, thanks for joining me today. I hope you have some fun when you get at your stash and get to play, and we will check in real soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.